Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I'm happy and grateful for you. I'm happy and grateful just to be in the right space, in the right place, at the right time, in the right perspective. I'm happy and grateful for this morning. I don't take life for granted. I don't take things for granted. And because of that, I do not take you for granted. Thank you for being willing to come Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or anytime you choose to go and look at a replay. Thank you. Thank you for the accountability. Thank you for being a part of my process. Thank you for allowing my transparency, allowing me to be transparent, and it's not in judgment. It's just, you continue to come and you continue not to throw me away. I'm happy and grateful for that, because sometimes we allow judgment to throw people away. And I just don't feel like any of us have that authority. We do have to know who is in our space and in our place for specific seasons and times, but we never should be in a place where we're throwing people away just because we're judgmental. We don't have that right. But I'm happy and grateful today. It is Freedom Friday. I'm free in my health. I'm free in my wealth. I'm free in my prosperity. You are free to be healthy, wealthy, and prosperous. You are free to know today that everything that your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, it will manifest and grow. And because we know that, we are intentional to be who we are unapologetically through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride. Man, can y'all tell I'm happy? Can y'all tell I'm free? It's Freedom Friday. I haven't felt a Freedom Friday like this in a long time. But we have gone through the 7 laws that Mike Murdoch says is needed in order to honor or to have uncommon success. And again, everything is up on the YouTube. I tried to be very diligent in having it so you could go back, because I do feel like take the time to go back. Go with a notepad. Take notes, because every time I go back and listen to it, I get another nugget. But we went over the law of difference, the law of mind, the law of recognition, the law of two, the law of place, the law of honor, and the law of seed. And what I wanted to do today is just kind of go over or just remind you of what were wisdom keys that stuck out to me. Now, he actually dropped 68. We can't do that. So I want to share with you just things that I feel like were seeds that were dropped. And as it's Freedom Friday, stay in your freedom. Understand that there are laws, of the universe that we just can't get away from. We are going to either attract them, to enhance them, and to be a part of them, or we're going to abort them, one or the other. But they're the laws of the universe. It just is what it is. We can either tap into it and get it to overflow, or we can't. We don't. We can't. We won't. So, wisdom, Nikki nuggets. Well, Mike's nuggets. I'm taking. So I'm making it mine. But a seed is a beginning. Remember that. Remember that you are a seed. Remember that you are the beginning, okay? Remember that you are relevant. You're valuable. You're needed. Anything unprotected will be stolen. So anything that we don't protect, any seed that we leave uncovered, then a little bird can just come and pluck it out. We don't want to do that. Anything you fail to recognize will exit your life. Remember the law of recognition. Always recognize who's in your life and why. Recognize it, okay? If it's something that's going to help you prosper and grow, nurture it. Do what you need to do to maintain it, love it, honor it, keep it. If it's something that you recognize should not be there, pluck it out with no hesitation, all right? Because we're going to get all that these laws promise us and deem to us, okay? You have to remember that asking is the only evidence of real faith. We got to learn how to talk. So for my introverts, for my people who feel like they can go through this journey just solo dolo, listen, you have to talk, all right? That's why it's so relevant and important on what we allow to come and feed us, okay? Because what we chew on is what we spit. So you have to make sure, speak. I'm not gonna say spit. What we chew on is what we speak out to one another. And we want to make sure that what we're speaking out is things that are going to build and affirm and grow, not garbage, okay? Got to get rid of that stinking thinking because it'll come out, all right? So asking is the evidence of faith. It's the proof of humility, and asking is the seed for receiving, okay? Again, please go back, look at the videos, embrace this, get this all in your bosom, all right? Because I'm telling you, we are prosperous people. I don't know if y'all believe it enough. It doesn't matter if you see it. Do you believe it? Okay? Do you believe it enough? All right? So let me see what else do I have highlighted. Change is always proportioned to your knowledge. Remember that, all right? We can only change as far as we know. So knowledge is key. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is power, all right? Knowledge is authority. We have to make sure that we are gaining knowledge in everything that we do, all right? Because your growth is stunted. It only goes as far as your knowledge. Conversations are the birthplace for seasons. Conversations schedule seasons, all right? It all go back to relationship. I keep telling you guys, Jehovah God, he created us to be relational. Relationships are relevant. They're necessary. They're needed. Only you can carry your own cross, but relationship, we all do it together, holding our own, okay? You were not created to be alone. That's not your creation. So you got to be willing to learn how to conversate, okay? You have to be willing to learn how to communicate. You have to be willing to learn how to feed yourself, make yourself a priority, all right? Let me see. Conversation. Deception is the birthplace for all pain. Ooh, that was good. Deception is the birthplace for all pain. All right? Self-deception is the worst deception to have. So we got to be careful that we're not deceiving ourselves. We have to be careful. I'm telling you guys, guard your ear gates, guard your eye gates. The things that come into you, guard it like your life depends on it, because it really does. Okay? Diligence is immediate attention to an instruction. Delayed obedience is the proof of dishonor. Okay? But we know the law of honor, and we're going to be honorable. We're going to be honorable, not only to one another, but to ourselves. Okay? Let me see. What else do I have here? Oh, every problem is always a wisdom problem. Listen, it is never what you go through. It's how you get through it. I'll get some t-shirts made saying that. Never what I'm going through. It's how. It's never what. It's the how. Okay? You got to remember that. It's never what you go through. It's how you get through it. All right? Because we got to change our perspective when we hit these hiccups in this journey. We have to change our perspective when we're faced with a challenge or a problem. We have to understand that the solution of that, it is a financial reward for us. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Okay, let me see. Every blessing has a cause. Every life battle is a mind battle. I just told the women last night, man, we had such a great time last night. We did like this whole Bible trivia. We didn't even get to the book because we start talking about sin and are there big sins and little sins, and man, it was just like, Lord, oh, it's sin, it's sin, but at the end of the day, everything go back to the book. But it was great. It was a great night. It was so great, I forgot why I said it. Let me go back to what I just said to y'all. Oh yeah, every problem is always a wisdom problem. Is that the one I was on? Lord, I wish I could see the chat. Then y'all can tell me. Every problem is a wisdom problem. But I'm going to go back to that if that wasn't what I was on, because I'm just all over the place, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, I'm hearing so much right now because it's just think, look how little this book is, man. It has blessed me. But every problem is a wisdom problem. Why is that? Because what's on the other side, okay? It's what's on the other side of it. Like, last night, we didn't have problems. We don't have problems. We didn't have problems. But it was so high. It was so fun. It was easy to be able to debate that, because we were trying to figure out, is it fact or is it myth? But at the end of it, the word always has the answer to everything. The word of God, the book, the Bible, every answer's in there. But it helps us shift our perspective, okay? When we start looking at the things that happen in our life, understanding that like I said, the reward of that's the last thing I just said. So maybe I'm not even on the right wisdom nugget, but understanding that the end of that, the reward of that is a financial gain. It's a financial reward. And you guys know, I'm not stuck on money, but the reason I keep saying that, in order for you to walk in your prosperity, we need revenue. So we got to start shifting our perspective. That's where I was. Thank you, Holy Spirit. About the mind. Let me find it. It's the mind. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where I read it, but it's okay. We got to remember that the battlefield's in the mind, okay? So knowing that that's the battlefield, you have to get to a place. This is why I brought up last night. You got to get to a place where you just understand that, okay? The battlefield's in the mind. There are going to be problems. There are going to be things that come up. When we start getting faced with things, we cannot, like, every time fall off our horse. You got to understand that it is there. It's here. So when you're hearing things, when you're feeling things, when you're contemplating, when you're debating, when we understand this is where the battle takes place, when we understand that, we're not caught off guard every time a battle comes. That is where it's at. The apple was bit in the garden, okay? Our mind is the garden. The subconscious part of our mind is before the apple. The conscious part of the mind is when it got bitten after. And we are going through this journey to get back to our true DNA and creation. That's why I brought that up. And let me see if I can find it in here. That's why I brought it up. Oh yeah, every life battle is a mind battle. So when we start understanding that, we won't take so much time in the downfall of it. Like, oh my God, here we go. Why is this happening? This, and this. Understand that every life battle is a mind battle. So everything we face that's a battle, it is to increase, to mold, to sculpt our character, okay? There's purpose for everything that we go through. Even if it's self-made, the purpose of that is you need to understand, stop making problems and battles for yourself, because there's enough strategically placed in our journey, okay? Thank you, Holy Spirit. See, I found it, all right? Every loss is the seed for restoration. Y'all do realize that these wisdom nuggets, these laws, everything is to shift our perspective. Now, we were talking about perspective. We've got to get to a place where we can shift our perspective. That's how we stay free. That's how, no matter what's going on, I can still keep my joy and my peace. We have to learn how to stay free in our mind, because our minds are so powerful, okay? If we don't learn how to shift things, if we don't learn how to continue to go through life looking at our glass half full and not half empty, man, Do you know that you will drive yourself crazy? You don't want to do that because you're not crazy. You're value and relevant. You're necessary. You're needed. We're not that, okay? We're not crazy. Every seed has a different future. Every sin is a sin of dishonor. Everything you want is somewhere, okay? Everything you want is somewhere. So we got to stop being everywhere, okay? We got to stop being everywhere. Can we, on this Freedom Friday, get used to and comfortable with being different? Can we get comfortable not to have to be in the to-do and in the end, but to really focus like, man, my overflow, my blessings, my best me is somewhere, not everywhere. Can we do that up here? Because I'm telling you, that in itself is freeing. And then we'll stop trying to be this chameleon that fits in and blends in everywhere, and we'll embrace our uniqueness and our oneness, because we know that as many people that walk this earth, there are no two just alike. We are like created individuals with our own, like, wow. Man, y'all grab that today, okay? Y'all grab it. Let me see. I had them highlighted. Gratitude is the seed for more, but as I'm reading them, I'm just like, Honor is the seed for access into any environment in every season. Y'all need to go back and listen to that honor. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that honor blessed me. Honor is the seed for access. Honor is the willingness to magnify differences instead of weaknesses. It goes back to what I said. Man, remember, okay, because we're just going over wisdom nuggets. Remember that your flaws are not to destroy you, but it is to camouflage. It is to cover your greatness. You didn't create your flaws. They were designed for you. But we can't keep looking at flaws and minimizing who we are. We got to understand that is our shield of protection, because everyone they're not supposed to have access to you. So you got to start taking these things and lining yourself up with them. And when people and things don't line up, you got to be willing to let it go. Miss Peyton pulled the scissors out last night. Listen, cut it off. Okay? We got to be willing to do that, because it's who you are. Your reward, man, when you can start like building up someone's flaws, when you can start helping build them, there is something that builds in you. There is like this grace that comes on you when you choose not to walk in judgment or damnation, but you really choose to walk in encouragement in life. Like, blessings go both ways. So you help build this person, but inside you're being built as well. Man, that whole honor thing. Ooh, Lord. Humility is recognition of what you do not have. Wow. Humility is recognition of what you do not have. Humility is recognition of what you do not have. Stop hating when you see someone else with something. Okay? We celebrate one another. We don't walk in envy. We don't walk in strife. But when we see that there is something lacking, and see, a lot of times we think of material things. I'm not even talking about that. Okay? Because sometimes we can see a beautiful soul. Sometimes we can see someone and their personality is just great, and we can hate on it because we feel like we don't have it. One, we're not them, but two, there's greatness in all of us. But when we can recognize that something's missing, you can look at that and be like, man, I don't treat people good in this area. See, that's humility. It's not beating me up. It's recognizing that there's something that's not balanced in me. We got to learn how to recognize that in a posture of humility, because when we're humble, we can submit to the instruction that's coming to us to right our wrongs. All right. That goes back to me learning how to be me unapologetically through a posture of submission and humility, not arrogance and pride. That one is good. That's good. Okay. My reaction to a man of God determines God's reaction to me. Wow. My reaction to a man of God, my reaction to one another, my reaction to people, my reaction to situations. Man, it determines God's reaction to me. It determines how people treat me. It determines what my outcome is. Y'all think about that. See, don't allow your first response and reaction to people and things to be negative. Allow it to be positive. Even if the negativity is in you, push it out of yourself by being positive. Man. Ooh. Knowledge is the seed for change. Mercy is the seed for change. Something in your hand controls your future. Something within you cannot be found in another. Ooh. The fragrance of honor is as distinctive as the odor of dishonor. Y'all? Oh, wow. The timing of warfare reveals the importance of an approaching event. Ooh, y'all catch that one. What time is it? We gonna stop right there. Listen, I had some stuff in here, and now that I'm reading it, this is why it's good to keep going back, because every time you go back, see where my mindset was yesterday, it's not today. And I'm getting more and more out of it. All right? You go back and you get more and more out of it. The timing of warfare reveals the importance of an approaching event. And this is why I'm telling y'all, when you feel like all hell is breaking loose, keep going, keep pressing, because you are on the brink of your breakthrough. You're on the brink of going into the next season. You're on the brink of receiving what it is that you have set for yourself. If it doesn't come easy, some of us wouldn't even appreciate it. Okay? It's never what we go through, it's how we get through it. So we got to get to a point where we start shifting our perspective. All right? Like I said, man, this thing has been so rich. I have all of the videos up. Go to the YouTube channel. I am Nicole D. Jones. Spell it out like a sentence with the spaces. Or the website, IamNicoleDJones.com. I know at least it keeps the most recent 8 videos on the website. But go back, look over them, share them, share those videos with someone that you think can use it or is laid on your heart. Even if someone's laid on your heart and you're like, they ain't gonna listen to this, send it to them anyway. Be obedient, okay? Be obedient to the things that are laid on our heart, because we never know what someone needs. I never know what you need. That's why sometimes I sound like I'm all over the place, because I can have an agenda. But when I feel like the Holy Spirit is speaking to me, I just want to share it. But on this Freedom Friday, I want you to stay free. On this Freedom Friday, I want you to know that your perspective, okay, of the glass half full, never half empty, will allow you to stay in peace and joy. It'll allow you to stay free in your mind, all right? I told y'all, En Vogue killed it. Free your mind and the rest will follow, all right? Even the whole message of the song and what they were talking about for humanity. Like, I'm telling you, we got to learn how to stay free. And these laws if we honor them by faith, I know it will unlock everything that we have that is for us in our path, everything. Okay. I can't even put into words how I feel on this Freedom Friday because I'm so excited. I don't know about y'all, but at this point of me saying at least 3 days a week that I am healthy, that I am wealthy, that I am prosperous, I am so happy and grateful now for another day. Man, I live it. I walk it, I speak it, I breathe it. I believe it for you. I believe that we are humble. I believe that we are focused. I believe that we are putting our best foot forward all the time. I believe that because of our obedience and our diligence and our willingness to be consistent, that everything that we have gone and done together as far as goals, as far as vision, as far as change, I believe it's gonna manifest and bring things that my mind can't even imagine. Also against the law. I believe it. Someone is not on mute. Please mute yourself. But I believe it by faith. I truly believe it. Thank you. I truly believe it. I want y'all to grab this because it's in those moments that things aren't going the way I want them to go that I'm able to hold that. And I'm able to remind myself and I'm able to fuel myself when sometimes I don't have the strength to go and listen to a video, or I don't have the courage to call and be transparent with someone. We gotta get it. Repetition is key. Say it. Speak your affirmations, okay? If you don't do nothing else but those, I want you to remember that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, that you are prosperous, and everything that your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest and grow everything positive in your life because you're positivity. All right. Enjoy your weekend. Stay free. If you don't do nothing else, stay free. Don't let no one or nothing discourage you or take you off of your high. Okay. You're high in you. You stay there. All right. And I will see you on Monday. Have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.